I record this video for Alice to help her get a better understanding of binomial expansions. And the question we are looking at here is 1 plus x to the power of 4 plus 1 minus x to the power of 4. Now, from the previous question, I know you know how to do the first part of the calculation, which is 1 plus x to the power of 4, according to the rule of binomial expansion. Basically, you apply this rule. So 1 to the power of 4 times x to the power of 0, right? Plus 4, 1. 1 to the power of 3 now times x to the power of 1 plus 4, 2. 1 to the power of 2 x squared plus 4, 3. 1 by x to the power of 3 and plus 4, 4. 1 to the power of 0, which is also 1, times x to the power of 4. Now, given that anything power to 0 is 1, so this is a given situation. You know that from the calculation. And also, please feel free to use your calculator to calculate this. This is actually C40. So it's basically you can use your calculator to do this calculation. And then that's 1 plus 4x plus 6x squared plus 4x to the power of 3 plus x to the power of 4. Right, so that's basically the answer for the first part of this question. However, this is only for this. You're probably confused about this, which is now written in red, right? So this question is not finished. There is a following part of 1 minus x to the power of 4. So in this case, the key thing is you treat this 1 minus x as 1 plus minus x. So it's actually 1 plus minus x to the power of 4. So you apply the same rule that you have just practiced in the first half of the question to the second part of the question. So that would be plus 4, 1 to the power of 4. But in here, minus x to the power of 0. Do remember, anything to the power of 0 gives you 1. So this is also 1. Just don't get confused. Plus 4, 1 to the power of 3 times, now be careful, this is minus x. And you just follow the same rule. Now in here, that's minus x squared plus minus, it's actually minus x to the power of 3. Now do remember, this is 1 to the power of 1, so that 1 can be actually ignored. So in terms of these calculations, for example, in here, you should know that minus x squared is actually minus x times minus x, and that should give you x squared. However, in here, that's minus x times minus x times minus x, so that's actually minus x to the power of 3. Now do notice there's a difference, because every time you use something minus times something minus again, that will give you positive, right? 这在中文叫负负得正嘛。But however, in this case, you have 3 times, right? 3 times minus x. So it's minus x by minus x. The first part of calculation gives you x to the power of 2. However, there is a falling minus x. And that's the reason why you have x squared by minus x is actually minus x to the power of 3. And so this is actually the same as the previous thing that we just done. But in here, it's just times 4 times. So the first 2 give you x squared. The second 2 gives you x squared 2. So x squared by x squared will eventually give you x to the power of 4. Now that's the reason why from the second part of calculation, you should be able to have plus 1 minus 4x plus 6 to the power 6x squared minus 4x power by 3 and plus x to the power by 4. And eventually you should be able to do this calculation. And if you got this far, then the question is actually one more step to go, which is the basic algebra calculations. So that'll be 2. Now these guys cancel out. So 2 plus 12 x squared. Now these guys cancel out too. And plus 2 x to the power of 4. Now that serves as the answer of the first part of this question. So in terms of the second part of this question, which is a question relates to root 3. Now, you should notice that if that's something to do with root 3, so there are certain things you should notice. Now, this firstly is called square root 3. This is called square root, and it can actually be written as this because it's actually defined by this. Now, this is called square root. It can also be written as this. So you just ignore that square. So that's root 3. You can generally cite this as root 3. And now you should know that root 3 squared is actually 3. This is because and this is actually came from the definition of the root mark. Now, if you ever have any questions in here, that's another separate different topic from algebra. But today we are only talking about binomial expansions, so I will not do a further demonstration on this. So, but anyway, if you have any interest, please let me know. So we can prepare a separate lesson based on the demonstration of this. Now, so in terms of the question, right? The question is 1 plus root 3 to the power of 4. Firstly, you can easily do this calculation using your calculator. However, there will be some questions ask you to give your answer in the root form, right? In the form of root 3 or something. Now, if that's the case, you won't be able to use your calculator. So again, you have to go for the full binomial expansion. Right, so that's 4 by 1 by root 3 to the power of 3. That's root 3 by root 3 by root 3. So that's right. So this answer will be, firstly, that's 3. So 3 by root 3 is actually 3 times root 3. And plus 1 by 1 by, that's root 3 by root 3 by root 3 by root 3. So that would be 3 by actually 3. So that would be 9. Now, and then you just do the final step of the calculation. So that would be 4 plus root 3 plus 18 plus 12 root 3 plus 9. Right, so this is 28 plus 16 root 3. That's the answer of the second part of the question.